Hey angels, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of activating our protection of our great cosmic womb. So what does that mean? It means we are just going to find ourselves in a comfortable position and kind of ease into a space that feels safe for us, that we can come into our center, taking deep breaths. If you're driving, I kind of recommend waiting on this one, but you can just listen to this, or before you go to sleep you can listen to this too. So we're just gonna hop right in. So closing down the eyes, taking deep breaths. You're welcome to listen to this, follow along, pray along, speak over me, but just kind of coming into a space of activation, circulating the tides of the womb space, whether you have one or not, coming into that sacral energy. You can place the hands right on the lower back. And when we talk about protection, when we talk about sacred boundary, when we talk about the weaponry that is the feminine spirit and how it works for us as magicians, as witches, as people in everyday lives, in our voices, we want to be able to call upon that and activate that protection, because it is the ultimate form of protection, being that you don't have to call on an outside source. You don't have to call on anything that is outside of your body in order to make a change happen, so you can feel safer here now, so that you can, you know, from driving entities away that are irritating you, to collapsing in and becoming aware on those thought patterns that kind of torment you or come in without your permission, so to speak. So the first thing that we want to do is start to surround our auric field with this element of air. We want to just kind of call in those winds of change for ourselves. So you can kind of circulate around, moving your seat, getting into that Kundalini cosmic zone of just the self, the core root of the self, not attaching to any identity, not attaching to any form of rule or structure, knowing that when something comes in it can easily go out, that when you believe something, that when you really know something, that when you speak something and vibrate something, that is that so it is kind of energy circulating around you. And that's the beauty of the womb. Now closing down your eyes, bringing this red imagery and bringing that veiny placenta goriness that is birth, calling upon the mother that grunts and groans during childbirth, calling upon the woman that speaks loudly, the fire that does not stop when men try to put it out, when man tries to put it out, so to speak, and getting really aware that that is you, that there is a part of you that never stops watching, that never stops burning, that does not care how other people witness it in its process. And that is the gateway, that access way to that power, that womb cyclical nature of contraction, expansion, life-giving, and the power, you know, the power that comes with being able to give life is also ultimately being able to take it too. And that is not really the archetype that the mother ever takes on, that the womb is just choosing constantly to give life and to give blood and to give everything, really, as a caretaker. The womb and the feminine archetype and the great cosmic mother is something that just births. It does not punish, but it does contract, and it squeezes us through these portals, and that Saturn energy kind of meets us. If you're into magic, you know that the E=mc² formula can kind of come into play and start to squeeze things through the birth canal so that we can really manifest things. So what's the point of doing an activation like this, of joining a meditation, of coming into community together via screens and doing this? It's that when we do this together, when we really recognize the power that lies within everybody's inner feminine, we start to cultivate this respect and this honor and this dignity that comes from within. and as a magician and as a witch and as a person in general, which if you are a person in general, you kind of do stuff without even realizing it that the magician and the witch does. So when we come into that power, we can start to reclaim or put a new perspective on the lens that is, as I say goes, as I know goes, and we believe in ourselves, and we have that honor and that respect that knows deep down that the great cosmic womb is something that just births us, births, right? So it is God. It is God. How could we ever have thought that God was anything but, that birth canal or that uterus or that womb space that truly does incubate and receives and then gives. It is both the penetrator into the material realm as well as the receiver from the material into this cosmic void, right? So we can kind of come into that activation here in our seats as we are both of those things. We have penetrated and been penetrated, right? We have incarnated here. We have been both the sperm and the egg. We have been both in and without, and that's the same theme that plays on in our lives, is that whatever is within, whatever is above is also right here, and everything you're looking at is just a mirror and a reflection of you. So what I want you to do is start to wave away the things in kind of the circular motion, waving them around, activating this energy. Anything that is in your auric field, you'll start to maybe feel a little bit of denseness and stagnicity around you. You might feel colors or shapes or memories might start to arise as you kind of circulate them around, and this is a form of celestial prayer, and it's a form of channeling when we start to circulate things through our aura and we call upon that force that is unknowable. It doesn't have a specific thing around it. It doesn't have a specific ring to it, if you will. It just has an essence, and we start to become aware of what's around us by doing stuff like this, and then we say, okay, whatever does not belong to me, whatever is not serving me in my highest and best, I call upon that great cosmic womb to take it back, take it from me, help me bleed this out, because that is what the womb kind of does, is it bleeds out the life that is not necessary. It doesn't mind giving away the life that is not necessary anymore. If that blood didn't get put into the baby, well, then it's going to come out, and we have the choice to either give it to the earth and let it soak into the soil and nourish and take part in the ecosystem and know that it will find wellness, just like the things that we want to extract and get rid of, and the things that we are shedding now are going to do as well. So with me, start to bring the hands up. You've been circulating it all, and it doesn't matter if you know exactly what it is that you would like to release or protect yourself from, but you can kind of have it in your arms and just becoming aware of it, squeezing into it. Thank you one last time, you were a part of my experience, and put it up and allow this black sparkling energy just to reach into your palms, igniting your palms, and a magenta, beautiful pink bloody energy is just running down your arms and down your sides and down your legs and into the ground. Imagining drains in all corners of the room or near your body, just taking all of it. You've sacrificed a piece of yourself to that mother that is out there, always watching, always witnessing, always wanting to help you birth yourself into a new thing. So you are activating her energy just by listening to my voice, just by moving your arms in any way that you choose, and knowing that you on the material realm is taking part in a beautiful cosmic dance that makes absolutely no sense, but all of the sense in the world, really. And you can cleanse yourself. And I always like to say that, you can really put them in the ground too. I'm feeling that some of you might be having some intense moments right now. So really just putting them into the ground. Put it in. Knowing that if you say that you are clear of these things, that you are no longer available for the psychic debris that you pick up from other people, from the way that you get paid in society, from the way that people speak to you that you don't like, from the labels that have been given to you that you reject. You are allowed to reject. You are allowed to say no. There is nothing more powerful than the feminine no. That is the sacred boundary, the sacred mother coming in and saying, I protect myself. I do not need a cosigner. I don't need anyone to tell me what's right or wrong. I don't need anyone to tell me that I'm safe, because I know, because I am the mother. I am that womb. I am the one that births all. Therefore, when I say no, you cannot enter, you cannot come back in, it is true, and so it is. And that's the power of the witch, and that's kind of the power of what we're doing here together. Is nothing needs to be linear, nothing needs to be logical or make sense, and there is no explanation that, you know, the feminine archetype, the mother, owes anybody for. It has kind of given you this experience to decipher for yourself in general. And that's kind of the beauty of witchcraft, and the power that I find in witchcraft a lot is that it is so whatever you want it to be. And it, just like our higher power, our concept of a higher power is always just a direct portrayal of how much we believe what others have told us, or how much resonates with what we have picked up. And our higher power often is really just another version of us. And that is coming in contact with that higher self. And that will be the next activation that we do after this, is kind of coming into contact with our higher selves, right? So first we want to take this little activation period to just circulate it, move it. No more, 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 no more of the shit that doesn't serve us, right? So, and it doesn't even need to be mean, it's just so it is. It's just so it is. It's like, okay, leave all the shit that doesn't serve me anymore. I don't want it. I don't get paid this much. I get paid this much now. I get treated like this, not like this. And if you're going to treat me like that, then you can go play that game. And if I'm going to feel like a vessel, I better be able to protect my vessel, right? Take responsibility for your energy. There's really nothing like when someone tries to play the game with you, that you, instead of being like, oh, your energy's too much, get it off of me, it's more just like, no, I just completely turn my back and I walk away, because I have that power and I don't play those games. And that is the beauty of the mother, is it doesn't sit there and argue with, you know, a 2-year-old. It just loves the 2-year-old for being 2. And then it says, okay, I have other shit to do. Let me find the tools and the support to have, you know, we need to give that 2-year-old a job, so to speak. So give that child a job, which is everything around you. Your experience is your child. Your life is your child, and it depends on your level of ability to hold space for that child, and your level of wisdom and experience to know when it's time to draw a line, to when it's time to say, this is outside of me and I'm not going to let it in. I'm not going to give my attention to it. And it's simple, beautiful, loving tools of self-compassion, of knowing yourself, that allow you to do those things. So, and take your finger and snap it behind your back. Snapping is a great tool in Minecraft. I love it so much. Snapping it right below this area. This can just kind of symbolize a lot of the awareness, right? This awareness of, okay, here's what's entering, here's what's here, here's what's here. And then as you snap, just kind of, as you become more and more aware, there's a great clarity that just kind of takes over, right? And you can just literally say out loud with me, I release and command all things that no longer serve me to be rid of my experience. I do not allow these things to enter me, to affect me negatively anymore. And so it is. I call upon that great cosmic womb energy. I see her as I see myself. I am her. I am here. And so it is, right? And you feel it in your heart, and you can always come there. And for those that do any dabbling in mediumship or anything like that, something that I always like to share is that if something is bothering you metaphysically or in, you know, the material plane, you can literally envision this experience, right? This thing coming out of here. You can even put that upside down triangle mudra there and start to imagine this red, just fiery, contractive or black even energy of whatever, you know, form of blood you want to use, and just literally show your power, show your radiance, show the fact that you can do this, that you are here, that you can give life, and that nothing can penetrate that experience, just like the placenta or whatever is, you know, guarding this child of your experience in the here and now. Is like, oh, I don't like this. Well, guess what? I can form an energy that surrounds this whole entire house, and nothing is allowed inside that I say. And that's just how it is. And it's a beautiful powerful form of protection for us that are very psychic, because nothing can penetrate that. And that's it. The feminine womb force is something that has the ultimate, power of sword that guards it. And it is the one that says yes or no. It is the gatekeeper. It is both. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this activation. I'm really grateful to do this weird stuff with you. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. It helps me to keep making content, because this is my full-time job, is witchcraft and weird stuff. So follow me on Instagram, take a course from me, and then join me for our next activation, which will be coming in contact with our higher self, and then we'll go into self-compassion. And we'll see what's after that, because this is, as you know, and as you could have guessed, a channeled work. So okay, I hope you like this series. I'll see you in the next one.